Holy smokes, what is that? What is that t-shirt, bro?
I'm
That's
huge.
an amazing t-shirt. What is
I'm
that?
huge, dude.
Oh, that's amazing, bro. Where'd you get that from?
I got it from Uniqlo. It was on sale. I've been eyeing this collection forever.
Uniqlo has the best like tees, hoodies, anything printed. I love that place, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm surprised you didn't pick up any Final Fantasy tees when they had it.
What are you talking about?
Dude, they had a Final Fantasy collab.
Dude, I have like 5 Final Fantasy tees in my house from Uniqlo.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
I think I've only seen one of them.
I have 13. I have 7. I have, because they did a collab like years ago, before 16 even came out. And I got 2 t-shirts. I got 7 and I got 13 from there. And then they had another collab. I got 2 16 shirts. It was a collab for like the Pixel remastered 16.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Rebirth. I just want a huge, big Tifa or I don't even care, bro. Oh my god.
Just one of them. You need both your waifus.
Yo, I gotta send you like a picture. My you know, you take screenshots on your PlayStation. I think all my screenshots on my PlayStation are from that game.
Are just just Tifa, baby. Tifa zoomed up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, welcome back, listeners, to another episode of the Slow Run Cast. As always, I am your host, Muhammad Ali, aka the Iraqi Balboa, and today is Monday, March 10th. And the man in the SpongeBob sweater with 4 eyes, for those who are watching us on video, Durwin Luke, is here, or as I prefer to call him, the Durwinator. What's going on, man? Did I say the date wrong? Did I say Monday, May 18? Or did I say Monday, March 10?
I don't know.
Dude,
it's March 10th. Bro. It's definitely March 10th.
It's March 10th, folks. It's not. Yeah, we're 2 days late for recording. You want to tell them why, Durwin?
I was just in Vancouver eating as much stuff as I could. I felt like Kirby.
He was eating, and I was fasting, and I was looking at his food on Instagram, and I'm just like looking my phone screen. Dude, my wife is like, "Where's Durwin going?" I looked at him like, I don't know, bro, like Wisconsin or like Tokyo or Thailand or Northwest Territories or someplace. I don't know. She's like, I'm like, I couldn't remember where you were going. You're back now, though.
We had this planned out. Yeah, I got back at 4, went for more food, and then now we're here.
Who'd you go with again?
I went with some friends. Shout out to Jenny and Lisa. We always go there like every so often for like facials.
Nice.
Get our faces lasered.
Is that why your face looking clean?
Kind of. I don't know if you can see, but I have like little patches here. So she's removing some of my beauty marks. I gotta look good on camera now.
What's wrong with your beauty marks, bro? They're called beauty marks, aren't they?
I don't know, man. This Korean lady's just like in like semi-broken English is just telling me what she's gonna do, and I'm like, yeah, just do it.
With a laser.
Yeah. Oh, it kind of hurt. Like she like leaves it on for a little bit to like burn off the mark. So yeah.
I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do with my money, and it's between getting laser hair removal
for what?
Like my excessive body hair that I don't want, so that I don't have to like
shave it all off
and stuff. Yeah. And or between getting LASIK so that I could see properly with my eyes. Or between saving money for when I inevitably go bald, and then I could get a hair transplant.
You can have a trip to Turkey.
Yeah.
This might be TMI for the podcast, but I do have my armpits lasered.
That's pretty sick. You do?
I do. Yeah.
That's pretty chill, bro. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Get rid of that.
Like,
I hate when
I don't know. I go to the gym and like I see these guys with like their hairy ass bush.
It's disgusting. Why do you have a bush under your arms? Just freaking trim it. You don't have to shave it. Maybe shaving irritates people. That's fine. Just like don't even trim it. Just grab the bush with a pair of scissors and cut it. It's brutal, bro.
and it's gross. And I was just like, you know what? Like, this is too much maintenance and like just
That's
lasering.
not a bad idea.
And then I literally never have to like shave it or do anything to it now. It's great.
That's perfect. But the thing is, my body hair is exponentially more than yours, so I have to start with like stuff that people don't even normally have, like back hair and like back of the neck hair that connects to the back hair, and like neck hair going this way and this way. And like for the viewers, this is not where my beard grows up to. My beard grows up to like my eye. You can see the 5 o'clock shadow right there, right?
Dude, you should just grow it all out, and then we'll get you on a casting call for the thing.
Yeah. So I got to start with the stuff that people don't have normally. You know what I mean? And then I'll like, you know what I mean? You know, then I'll move on to like carpet. It's crazy though. Maybe this is too much TMI, but the lower half of my body is not anything like insane. Like I'm not a monkey on the lower half of my body. It's the upper half that's crazy.
Crazy.
Around my head, it's like a virus. It starts from my head and my beard, and it just.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
So this podcast is now about our manscaping of hair.
When are we gonna get Manscaped as a sponsor? We're just talking about we should get Manscaped as a sponsor.
You're gonna use the lawnmower 3000 on your face
right now. Manscaped freaking sponsors every goddamn podcast I listen to. Oh my god,
you would be the only sponsor. There's nothing to be groomed up here.
That's fine, dude. I've always thought about buying Manscaped because I see those ads all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just cut my genitalia and bleed like I normally do. I don't need the safe razor thing.
Dead.
You
can tell folks. How tired we are.
Yeah.
Or at least
we are here, bro, dude. I was so cooked today. My freaking I have some problem going on with the left side of my face. I can't figure out what it is. I've gone to the doctor, I've gone to the dentist, but it's like a combination of tooth pain, jaw pain, like face pain, and then like this headache, which I had this persistent headache for like 4 months. And then the other day I was poking around, I figured out, yo, dude, that's not even like my brain. It's literally this muscle over here, and it's like so sore, and I started massaging it, and it's kind of relieved the headache a little. I went to the dentist. He's like, dude, you're grinding your teeth. I'm like, that's it? He's like, that's it. And he's like, you got to wear a retainer thing. I'm like,
yeah.
Nah. I'm like, nah.
He's
like, all right, then you'll come back. So, bro, today, I was like in pain. I couldn't do anything at work. I left work early. Came home to take a nap. My kid was pissed because I tried to take a nap. He's like, what the hell, bro? You came home early and you want to take a nap and not play with me? And he's losing it, bro. He's throwing tantrums. So
you're going to go back and get a retainer.
Yeah, probably. I'm thinking about just putting a cloth in my mouth before I go to sleep. Just a cloth.
You just got to gag yourself before you go to bed.
Yeah. That way I will not, grind my teeth. Do we want to get in these news stories, or do we want to keep effing around here?
Yeah, let's get in. Let's get.
All right. So while you were gone,
let me do this segue. I got the perfect.
Okay, here's the segue.
So after hearing about Mo getting gagged before bed, we must bring you to our resident freaky deaky man, Hideo Kojima.
Hideo Kojima, the freak.
Okay, take it away.
All right. So while you were gone on a Sunday, I didn't even know this was happening. I just opened my laptop, and when YouTube just gave me a notification, PlayStation streaming live. What? And I forgot. Hideo Kojima was at South by Southwest to show off Death Stranding 2 this weekend. A live stream and a panel after that with what's his name? Forgot his name. Main actor in Death Stranding.
Norman Reedus.
I do have
a picture with him too.
Who?
I have a picture with Norman Reedus when he came to the Comic Expo.
Oh, that's sick.
That was a long time ago. I'll put it in the video. But shout out to Kelsey.
Just put it on as the what do you call it? The image,
the
for
thumbnail.
The thumbnail for the upload. We need to start doing different thumbnails, so that's a perfect one. You and Norman Reedus.
Yeah,
So
dude, he
Norman
was wearing his
Reedus,
sunglasses too. It's
he was
really
like, oh yeah, he was wearing his sunglasses halfway through that talk panel
yeah.
with Hideo Kojima. Anyway, he was there, and of course, the greatest voice actor in video games, the GOAT, Troy Baker, was there as well. And the third guy, I don't really know who the third guy was, but I think he's the guy who's doing the music. I forgot his name. I've never listened to any of his music, but they were like playing this like song over and over again while during the trailer. It was a pretty solid song.
Mhm.
To the Wilder, yeah. By Woodkid. Don't know who Woodkid is. 5.7 million. Bro, this guy's got like millions of views on his songs. Anyway, so they showed off an extended trailer. 10 minutes long, dude. This thing was a movie. Did you end up watching it yet or no?
I watched bits of it. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like looks like
it's
a
long, dude.
movie.
10 minutes. The game looks insane. I have no idea what's going on. There was even like this Metal Gear Solid cameo for like this one new character they're adding. They revealed the release date and it is soonish, June 26, 2025. Dude, we're like booked up until end of June now. It's insane. And even like I think July is the only quiet month
Mhm.
right now based on the release dates we have. It's turning out to be a crazy year. June 26th, I really was thinking this was going to be later in the year.
Yeah, it's really soon.
I thought it would show up on the Game Awards just because he's buddies with Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, I think there was another game that got uh, a date this week too, right?
I think there might have been a few. But
Yeah,
yeah. Anyway, did you see the collector's edition for this thing?
I didn't yet.
Dude, $230. It has this. I don't really buy these big collector's editions with the
Yeah,
statues and
yeah,
stuff like that, but collector's edition. I love the cover art for this game. Oh my god, man! I love the cover art with him kissing the baby on the forehead.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Hideo Kojima was wearing a T-shirt for it. I'm
It
like, yo, I
it
need
looks
that
really
T-shirt.
cool.
It looks cool. There's this watch that's in the game that they collabed with some watch company, and they're literally releasing physical versions of that watch. Like it's a specific watch in the game.
Not part of collector's edition though, right?
No, it's like for $1,000 or something. Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, dude. Honestly, I really enjoyed this panel. It was really good. I liked the way Hideo was talking about the game. He was talking about how they developed it during COVID, and how in the first game it was all about connection and you're like transporting the boxes from place to place, but now it's all automated. So there was
Hmm.
like a theme. It's like maybe we shouldn't have connected or something like that. And it's like talking about like COVID and stuff like that. Yeah, it was. And then the way Troy Baker and Norman Reedus were talking about him, it was exciting, man. It was exciting.
Hmm.
There's lots of faces, lots of actors in this game. I mean, Kojima just keeps Kojimaing. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
major like partners too, right? So I looked up the watch. It's a Hamilton brand watch. It is 2,050 Canadian dollars. And there's only
crazy.
2,000 that will be made and they're all numbered.
That's insane. Yeah. Have you played the first Death Stranding?
No, but I think we will have to. I have it on my computer.
I own
I
it
got
as
it from the
well.
Epic Game Store. So,
Yeah, I have not played it, but it didn't interest me when it came out. There was the whole walking simulator box thing. I was kind of like, eh. But now I don't know, man. That trailer was insane. I mean, even the first trailer for Death Stranding 2 that came out like a year ago, that was insane too.
mhm.
But I mean, if this sparks your interest, go watch the trailer. It's incredible. It's wild.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it
What's your
or
what's
video
your
game trailer.
plan for next week for gaming or this week for gaming? Like,
I'm I'm maybe jumping the ship a little bit, but we're gonna talk about it when we talk about what we've been playing. But
no,
I'm
that's
actually
okay.
playing,
Do you have any times available
bro.
or is it booked up?
I'm pretty booked up, boy.
We should actually try and play Death Stranding, the original one, and do a take.
Yeah, this week, no, not a chance.
It's a
Not
long
this
game
week.
though. It is a
Yeah,
very long game from what I
yeah.
hear.
I don't want to start it right now because I don't see a point if I'm playing something else. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna wait till maybe. The problem is there literally is no lull.
Yeah, like there's no time.
no
We'll
lull.
have to.
There's literally no lull in the release schedule. I think what I'm gonna do is, like, I'm looking here. Anyway, I'll jump the ship. I'm playing Monster Hunter Wilds and not Frag Punk and Split Fiction right now,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I mean, Assassin's Creed on the 20th. I don't know if I'm gonna play that. Adam Fallen First Berserker Kazan on the 27th. I'll wait for reviews for those. I might hop in. South of Midnight on the 8th of April. Then you got Clair Obscure on the 24th of April, dude. That's a
Oh,
must
I'm
play
so
right
hyped
now.
for
That one's
Claire
looking
Obscure.
insane, right? And then Midnight Walk on the 8th of May. Doom the Dark Ages on the 15th of May. Elden Ring Night Rain on the 30th of May. And then Death Stranding June 26th. If anything, I might play it in June just before it comes out or something. And who says I'll even get through it? Maybe I won't like it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll try and give it a shot this week, and then
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
let you
really
know if
curious.
it's worth playing.
I've seen my friend play it. So I watched him like when it came out. I went over to his house and we played a little. So, but you know, if you want to play some more, if you have any more time, you can sign up for PlayStation centralized beta program for PS5 and PC that they just announced last week. So this is something that they dropped this on the PS blog. You basically go online, you sign up. It's like an all-inclusive beta program. Anytime they have a beta and they want people to try something, you'll get a ring if you sign up for this thing, depending on what the nature of the beta is.
Yeah, yeah. Crazy. I've signed up. Have you signed up?
I have not. I should probably do that.
Now for the next crazy speculation. Is it because they don't want to be paying their staff that they've opened this beta program? Because
Well,
PlayStation
that's not a
has.
bad. That's it's not a bad suggestion, but our next story, which is all about layoffs, is
Yeah.
actually nothing to do with quality assurance and testing. It is unfortunately the Visual Arts and Malaysia Studios, which is a support studio.
Yeah. That
They
kind of
have
sucks.
received, yeah, they received a number of layoffs. This has mostly become, yeah. So the PlayStation Visual Arts project manager, Abby Lee Master, posted a message on LinkedIn saying that many people from the visual arts group had lost their jobs that day. This is in light of all the canceled games coming from Sony. You know,
Hmm.
the numerous live service games that we've been hearing about getting canceled.
Yeah.
The
That
God of
kind of
War
sucks because
multiplayer. Yeah.
they handle all like the art. They must handle all the art marketing and stuff like that, right? As a support.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same thing. It's Malaysia Studio support and PlayStation Visual Arts Studio. I don't know where the PlayStation Visual Arts Studio is,
Hmm.
but Sony Malaysia is. Yeah, I can't really. The article isn't clear if it's one or the same thing.
So the Visual Arts Studio says that is located in San Diego and supports Sony's other first-party studios with art,
Yeah,
animation, and technical
yeah. So they're like
assistance.
a
So they must
support
be part of
studio.
all that team. Like they must have
Yeah,
a worldwide team.
it's so
Crazy.
unfortunate, man. It's just it's gonna keep going. It's just happening. I don't know where this industry is gonna go, but it seems like it's almost every week now for the last since like the end of 2023. I feel like it's been every single week we hear another story about this. Yeah. Well, and you know what, man? Like, who's gonna make the games if this is happening, right? Because according to the lead head of The Last of Us, Neil Druckmann, he's saying he casts doubt on if there's ever going to be a third game in the series.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they need to lay off all these people. Yeah. So he was recently. I mean, this is kind of unfortunate news. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't. Yeah.
Do you think it's
Basically,
unfortunate, or do you think it's actually just like, you know, really they should move on to something new?
listen, I like The Last of Us 2, but I still think The Last of Us 1 could have existed by itself. And The Last of Us Part 2 could have never existed. The Last of Us Part 2, Last of Us 1 really feels like a full complete story.
Hmm.
Part 2 feels like you're extending that full story, so I feel like there's a need for a part 3 to close that story up.
To close it off.
It
Yeah.
just feels like if that's the end of the story, it just feels like a weird end.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. I'm like torn on this. I feel like yes, part like the first game could have just ended, and that's it for the whole story. Part two, again, like it really pulled it out in terms of the story. Like some of it was a little bit like strange, but I don't know how I feel about if you need a third game in this series. Like I'm okay with games ending on like such a like bittersweet note, and like just letting the viewer think like what will be next. Like,
Yeah, I still think if The Last of Us 1 was the final ending of The Last of Us story,
mhm.
um, I would have been more okay with it than Last of Us 2 being final ending of Last of Us story. I feel like Last of Us 2 made me wanting more, whereas Last of Us 1 just felt so complete. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, he said, don't bet on there being more Last of Us. Now, the thing is, I feel like he's gone on record in the past saying conflicting things. He has gone on record before saying he has an idea for number 3 and maybe they'll start working on it. I honestly think this is maybe not just a consideration of making a Last of Us 3. I just think this is like these development cycles, like something has to give. Like, I mean, they're working on Intergalactic. We just saw Intergalactic. We have doubts on how much they've actually worked on Intergalactic, considering they were working on The Last of Us Online for like 3 years before it got canceled, or 4 years. So, like, what Intergalactic is going to take how long? And then if they start 3 after that, how long is that going to take? I mean, you're talking like 2030 something now if The Last of Us 3 even comes out.
Mhm.
Literally, you're talking 2030. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that he's saying this. And you know what? This guy's now, he's deep into working on the HBO show. So maybe he's like, you know what? I just want to get into film. I'm done. Maybe he'll expand his story via more seasons of The Last of Us from a like
Yeah, yeah, and
through
finish the
film.
story that way.
Yeah, maybe this because we already hearing reports that season 2 of the show are not going to be exactly the same way as the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe they're
Did,
gonna explore different.
did you watch the trailer?
The new one that just dropped today, I did not see it.
I think it was
No,
2 days ago.
I didn't see the new one, but I've been kind of keeping away from them.
Yeah, you don't want
Yeah,
to spoil
I
it or
don't care.
anything like
Yeah,
that.
I don't
Yeah,
really
it
want them
looks
spoiled.
it looks pretty action packed. I'm so excited. We are like
I yeah,
about 30 days away, and
I'm excited
I
too.
cannot
Yeah,
wait.
yeah. Last of Us is one of my favorite game series of all time. So like
Hmm.
I mean, I was so excited for the first season. When I watched the first season, it was so fun, and season 2 is gonna. I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? He says that The Last of Us is done in one breath, and Sony's like, no, it's not. In the other breath, by releasing this PS5 limited edition DualSense Last of Us controller, uh, which I don't know, Derwin. What do you think?
I think this is like one of the worst designed
This is probably the
DualSense
worst one.
controllers I've ever seen.
This is probably the worst one. The only thing Last of Us about it is that firefly thing in the middle. What
Yeah,
are the other two
like
symbols? Are those supposed to be the Seraphites and the
the
and
the
I don't
wolves.
know.
I
What's
think one was
the
a wolf, right? Like
yeah, which is the wolves, right? They're the
why are they doing a black and white like controller scheme? Like I don't know. It just kind of looks ugly. It's just like a bunch of. It looks like they took that base color with the black and white and they just put stickers all over.
we should do a ranking of what the best custom dual senses have been. Cuz I still think it's that Spider-Man 2 one.
I'm
You
torn
know
between. I
the
kind of like the
crump
Ragnarok one.
Oh, I hated that one. You
You hated
serious?
that one, hey?
I
And
hated that
then
one.
the Final Fantasy, they had a Final
There was a
Fantasy
Final Fantasy
16 controller,
16
right?
and there's a Monster Hunter one. They're amazing,
Yeah.
but they're Japan only.
The Final Fantasy 16 one is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
Those are
remember
Japan
liking
only.
it. I didn't like some of the artistic styles on like kind of the the handles. I think it was a little bit too much. Yeah, we should rank it. We are. You know what we're missing? The PS5 30th anniversary controller.
Right up there, baby.
That
Yeah, I got it hidden in the box
actually
right
might
up
be
there
the best
myself.
looking one in
That's
terms
pretty
of
good. Yeah.
if you love color scheme, like there's just something to the OG colors,
Yeah,
right?
that was beautiful. That's a beautiful controller. I don't know, man. That Spider-Man 2 one, let me grab it. Be back.
Let me see if I got it. Hold on. I have it beside me.
Look at this, folks. Come on. Ooh. Oh, I don't know, man. This is beautiful.
Yeah, we
This
both
is the
have it.
and I still regret never getting the face plates for that one. I couldn't manage to
Ooh.
get the face plates. The face plates were so beautiful.
Did I
Those
show
were
you
the only.
did I show you how I decked out the rest of my Spider-Man PS5?
No,
Let me show you real quick.
no. Because you got the full PS5, right?
Sorry. I actually don't have my PS5 plugged in at all. I took it over to my
Oh,
girlfriend's
dude.
house.
Let's see.
So yeah, so like
Oh,
there's like the one side, there's the other, obviously. But then you can get like skins from D brand
oof. Let's see
because
that.
they sell like stickers that kind of look like the PS5 or the
Yeah.
Spider-Man PS5. So
Oh my
normally it's
god.
just black, but I ended up picking a sticker up just to like kind of fill in like the boringness.
Yeah.
So it looks way sicker like this
Oh,
than
dude. I.
just
That's
the
the
regular
one.
black.
Those are the one. You can't even buy face plates for the OG PS5 anymore because the new PS5s, the Slims, they have like a different form factor.
Yeah,
So it kind of
it
sucks, man.
sucks.
I really wanted to get hold because I was gonna just get the black one for my PS5 for the longest time, but then I'm like, maybe something cool will come out. That I feel like that's the biggest missed opportunity that they didn't make more custom one of
Yeah,
those.
people were
Well, if
so
you had the
excited when
before,
they had it, right?
yeah, people before you had to buy like a physical console for those special edition
Hmm.
consoles, and now you could just get faceplates and like it's like a missed opportunity where they
Yeah,
didn't.
and then they like undermade them. They never designed cool ones that you could actually buy. Like, dude, it would be so much. I feel like I don't know. I don't want to speak to for Sony, but like I feel like if they designed these faceplates and sold them in mass quantities, they'd probably make more money than selling consoles.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Let me go grab the anniversary edition console controller. I mean, yeah, I think this is the Astrobot one I like too, but these two are the best, I think, between the Spider-Man one and the
Yeah.
30th
The
anniversary one.
Fortnite, honestly,
Did you see
if you
the
want to
LeBron
talk about
James
the
one?
controllers as well, like in terms of this Last of Us one, it kind of reminds me of the Fortnite controller. It just looks like it just got sticker bombed.
Or like the LeBron James one. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, that one also looks like it's got
Like a guy
sticker
just got
bomb.
sticker bombed.
Yeah, the
So
Helldivers one. What do you think about the Helldivers 2 one? You think it
I
looks
remember the
cool?
Concord one looked really good. Do you remember the Concord one?
Yeah, it
It's
actually did look really cool, but
yeah.
it never even sold here in Canada either.
Where was it? I thought it
I
was in
think it was
Canada.
only states.
Really?
Yeah. The Concord one was pretty cool because it had like a retro look to it. Like it was like kind of like the lines. So the red line, blue line. Yeah, it looks really cool. But
Bro, Concord.
yeah,
I
I don't
also
think
like the pearl white chroma one. Remember the
interesting.
chroma
I
controller?
usually don't like white controllers.
Yeah, that pearl white one looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The
All
metallic
right.
red one. Now,
We should focus.
what are the chances that when you go to rent out a PS5 and a PS5 Pro or a Portal in the UK, what is the chance you think you're going to get one of these special controllers along with your PS5 rental? Because now you can apparently do that in the UK, which is
I
it
mean,
seems like the biggest throwback. You could lease PS5 consoles starting from £10.99 a month. You sign up for
dude,
12, 24, 36,
why
or
do
12.
people do this? This is like insane to me.
It's kind of weird. Well, this reminds me of like back in the day when you could rent a console. Remember? You
Yeah,
could like
yeah, I
physically
remember.
rent a GameCube or whatever for like a week or something. Go
Yeah,
play
but
a
these
game
are
on it.
monthly contracts.
It's weird.
Did you look? Did you look at the breakdown on these things?
Yeah, I did a little bit.
Yeah, so like they have a monthly fee, which is just like you can cancel at any time, and then they have
Yeah.
like a 36-month contract. So like a PS5 digital is like 10.99 euro. PS5 standard is 11.99. PS5 Pro is 18.95. You don't get to keep these. So like why? Is
I
my
don't know.
question.
Maybe they're trying something out. I mean, you could do it with a PSVR headset. I don't know how I'd feel about renting a headset, but that might be a good idea if you want to try something. Try a headset. But like a base console
Honestly,
seems kind of weird.
like it for the prices that you're paying, honestly, if you're strapped for cash, buy used. Save up money and buy used.
That's true. You could probably buy a used one. Like, I mean, I'm looking at PS5s on Kijiji. You could buy used ones for like $300 here.
Yeah,
300
like
Canadian
dude,
dollars.
so like $300. So let's say you like save up for like what, even 5 months. Like you're telling me you can't save up, you know, for 5 months, $60 a month? Let's say a year, you know, that's even less. That's $25 a month.
Ultimate year. Yeah.
And we're
And if
so,
you want a
dude, think
brand new
about it.
one,
So like, let's say you sign up for a 3-year rental. So what is 2025 right now? 2028 is when is when your contract is up for that. And who knows? The PS6 could be out by then. So what happens then?
yeah. I mean, remember when Xbox did something similar, but it was like a rent to own thing
Mm-hmm.
where you
Yeah.
paid
So
like monthly. It was like a subscription plus a Game Pass subscription for plus a console.
yeah, it was
That's not a
Game
bad
Pass
idea.
Ultimate with the console, and you would just
It was
basically
like a
pay month to
certain
month.
amount. Yeah.
Yeah, it was only I think in select regions though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
I
more
could see.
sense to
Listen,
me.
if maybe you're a PC player and you just want to rent a PS5 to play a specific game and play it and get rid of it, maybe
That's fair.
that kind of works, right? You want to
Yeah,
play
but
one of the
at these
PS5.
prices, like you could buy. I guess I
You
don't
can
know
only do
what
it for a month or
everybody's
whatever.
budget is like, but you could literally probably buy that PS5 for $300 and then sell it for $300.
Yeah, but maybe I don't know. Maybe you want
As
to.
long as you're not keeping for like a very extended time, then
Yeah,
realistically,
£22. You rent it for the month to play one game, and then you get rid of it. I don't know. Just a thought. Weird, especially in this day and age. But I mean, it makes more sense back in the days. I remember like the '90s
Mhm.
or the early 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes more sense for, I don't know if you are familiar, but like you can rent like gaming PCs in certain markets too. And
Yeah,
that
well,
makes more sense to me.
you have like internet cafes in certain markets. That's how people even play.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess it just depends, but I just feel like it's kind of a service that not many people will actually take advantage of. But
Like I
yeah,
get
I guess it is an option.
certain places in Asia, you go to like actual like internet cafes to
Cafes.
game.
Yeah. Just
And I
because
don't
the
mean
pricing of
and I
stuff is
mean
so
Asia
expensive.
and I mean Asia in the true geographic sense of Asia, not just East Asia. Everybody says Asia, they mean Japan, Korea, China. It's like, no, dude.
Yeah.
No, guys, I am Asian too. I am West Asian. I'm not Middle Eastern. That's a bullshit term. I am West Asian. Um, but maybe if you rent this PS5 Pro in another year, you'll get something very similar to FSR 4, according to Mark Cerny, because they want to update the PS5 Pro with
Yeah.
some new gadgets. Yep.
Yeah. I wonder if
Thoughts
they
on
will
this?
still call it like PS PSSR, or if they will, or if they'll like homogenize a little bit and call it FSR 4.
Well, they are physically partnering with AMD.
Yes, for
So what
PSSR, right?
they're saying
Yeah, it's Radeon graphics inside, so like technically PSSR should be built on similar
integrated with it.
technology.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious about like what
The,
the branding will be going
he's
forward.
he's saying our target is to have something very similar to FSR 4's upscaler available on PS5 Pro for 2026 titles as the next evolution of PSSR.
Okay, so then they're probably going to keep it with the PSSR name, but then
But they're integrating this with it. Maybe it'll start because I know some games didn't look very good on with PSSR. So maybe
but that's how it is with FSR 3 and 4 as well. FSR 4 is, I don't know if you've read the reviews. FSR 4 is a pretty decent improvement compared to 3, but it still has like those slight imperfections. And I think that's just the nature of it until we kind of progress this AI technology.
Yeah, it seems like Nvidia's DLSS is still the best of the bunch.
It's still, I think it's still the gold standard, but that's always going to keep moving forward. And I guess we'll see how AMD keeps up with it.
Yeah, I mean, Sony really wants to lean into this AI tech stuff because there was a leak where they were using some AI to demonstrate. They're using Horizon's Aloy to demonstrate some new AI tech. There's a YouTube video that was posted online.
And then probably taken down, right?
It's now been taken down. So I honestly don't have anything to comment about what it actually looked like. Wait, the Verge captured a GIF of what the thing looked like. Yeah, okay, here, let me send you the article from The Verge. They made a GIF or a GIF out of it, whatever you want to call it. I put on the bottom of the show notes.
All right, let's take a peek. Yeah, just like deepfakes and stuff are just like getting so good.
It's basically Aloy deepfake. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the facial expressions are kind of like lacking, but with some refinement, it probably could get pretty close.
Yeah. No more baby Aloy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's fun stuff. But here's the thing. While Sony is doing all this stuff and talking about updating PS5 with the FSR 4, they're also updating the PS3. The PS3 got, which is a 19-year-old console, just got a new system update.
Right. Is that getting FSR 4? Just kidding.
It is a 200 megabyte system update. It's update 4.92. We don't exactly know what they did. It's kind of vague. Yeah. People are suggesting it's possibly a patch that relates to renewing the Blu-ray player's encryption key.
Yeah, so it can continue playing Blu-ray stuff.
Yeah, and it also says something about system performance. So crazy. Maybe I'll go buy PS3 and see what it does. Yo, PS3. Yeah. System performance. That's all it says. This system software update improves system performance. I wonder when the last update was.
It must have been years ago.
Version 4.91. This is 4.92. It doesn't really say. PS3. Missed out on that console. Just because they priced it for $600. Crazy.
But you know what you aren't going to be missing out on, Mo?
What? Let's see this segment.
This Gears of War collection finally coming to PS5 this year. You're not going to be missing out on Gears of War this time around.
No, because Xbox is the gift that keeps giving. At the start of the year, we're talking about making predictions about everything's coming to Xbox, PlayStation. Xbox is going third party. Now, every week, our news story is like, yeah, this game's coming to PlayStation. Yeah, this Xbox game's coming to PlayStation. Yeah, this. So this is a report. It's not official, but the Gears of War collection, which has been a heavily rumored product that's in the works, a collection of the OG Gears of War, it's set for PS5 this year. And apparently the next Gears of War game, which is E-Day, I think it's called, E-Day, which is supposed to be the prequel game. Apparently, according to this report, it's a 2026 game. There were some suggestions from some people that it was also a 2025 game. But this one's been put in 2026, and it's probably going to be day one PlayStation.
Do you think you'll play Gears of War?
I've kind of played the OG ones, but not to completion. I think I borrowed them from a friend.
So how far did you get?
I don't remember anything. I'm talking like I was a kid. I must have been like 6th grade, 7th grade.
So beginning of last year, I was trying to, when Game Pass, when I still like was pretty like frequent on Game Pass.
Mhm.
I was trying to go back and clear all of the Gears of War, and just kind of like get into that franchise. Honestly,
Mm.
it plays pretty well on like Xbox in terms of like because of the compatibility stuff that they've been doing. I think I only got up to 3 though. I think it just got really like boring to me.
Repetitive.
Yeah, I mean I understand why like it can be repetitive, and it's probably just a me issue because when you play like 3 games that basically play the same way back to back to back,
Yeah.
like it's gonna get boring, you know?
Yeah. Fair enough. It's like the
Yeah.
OG cover shooter. It's the OG like third person cover shooter.
Hmm.
I feel like. Then you get to chainsaw people.
Yeah. Or like monsters.
Yeah.
Not so much people. Yeah.
No, so much people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. My bad.
I really wanted to get up to Gears of War 5 because I wanted to see the graphical improvement, but I just got so busy with other
You got
stuff.
bored. Or yeah.
Yeah. I got
So you
bored, I
got
got busy. So
maybe
like
you
maybe I should just go back and play like 5 just to like
well maybe
witness.
if the save file carries, you could just play this collection, play 3. I'm sure this collection will come to Game Pass day 1. You could just finish
Yeah, I
3.
wonder if the like visuals will be really updated very much though.
Oh, they
We'll
should
see.
though, right?
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean,
How did it look? Because those are like original Xbox games, no?
yeah, the character models look kind of funny. They look very chonky. But in terms of how it played, like the gameplay was great.
Yeah.
And like the weapon selection was pretty interesting. It kept things like, kind of busy for the 3 games. But yeah, after a while it does get boring, like covering and trying to like move. I didn't play it co-op either, so that's kind of boring.
Yeah, I heard that was fun. You got to play
Yeah.
co-op.
You gotta play co-op in order for it to be more fun.
You know what we should play co-op? We should play Forza Horizon 5 on PS5 co-op because it has a release date now. And apparently the release date is April 29th, by the way. And listen, for this game that's been out since 2021, if you pay some extra money to Microsoft, you get to play it early on PS5 on April 20, well, April 25, the actual
That's
release
so
date
interesting
29.
to me that they would release it like that even.
It was like a early, if you play for the premium version on PS5, you get to play it early. It's been out for 4
Or if
years.
you want to if you want to play it right now, you could just buy an Xbox or a
Yeah, exactly.
PC.
And yeah, so dumb.
That's
But here's
funny
the
to me.
here's the catch. Remember a year ago when there was the controversy about Helldivers, you needing a PSN account to play Helldivers on PC? You need a Microsoft account to play
Yeah,
Forza
to play
Horizon
these
on
Microsoft
its
games.
yeah, to play
Yeah, I
Forza
found
Horizon
that
on
to be
PS4.
so funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe if it's just because it's multiplayer, I'm not sure. But we won't have to wait too long to find out because apparently the release date for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on PS5 has leaked. It is April 17th, so it actually technically comes out before this. So we'll know we
this
need a
is so
Microsoft
funny.
account for that. 3 games, dude. In 1 week, we get news on 3 games. Like it's crazy. The
Yeah.
gift that keeps giving. Uh, so there was a interview with Peter Moore on what was that podcast called? Gamertag Radio. He's a former Xbox kind of head, and he's basically saying he did encourage the console war battle between the two consoles, and back when he was in charge during like the OG Xbox days. Um, and he also like this is the guy who used to have like tattoos. He had like the Halo tattoo, and he
Hmm.
used it to like announce the release date. Like this guy was like heavy into console war, right? And he's
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
loved this stuff. Anyway, you could listen to this interview if you want. But another interesting thing he said is he thinks based on this new strategy that Xbox is following, he doesn't think they would make consoles if they had the choice. He thinks they're at this point they're just forcing themselves to make the consoles
Yeah.
because yeah, they just it's like the last thing of holding on to being a platform holder. He's like for all practical purposes, they're third party publisher and they're
Developer
just
now.
doing now they're just holding on to these consoles, but do they really need them or do they want to make them anymore? He's like he doesn't think so. Which is interesting because we got another report saying the next gen Xbox console is planned for release in 2027, which tells us they're still making them. The date, not shocking for me because that's seems to be the average 7-year console life cycle that we've seen for the last 3 consoles.
Yeah.
But Xbox is the heavily rumored or confirmed actually by Phil Spencer himself. Handheld is reportedly coming out this year. Is it? Or is
So
it next
I
year?
was reading this. So there's like specifics to this. So it seems like based on, so I think this is Windows Insider or something like that reporting on it. So Microsoft is working with a OEM, so like a HP, a Lenovo, or something like that, to make an Xbox branded handheld. So that one is apparently slated for end of 2025.
So they're not making it in-house.
Yeah, so the proprietary one, though, apparently, so that's the one that was rumored before, is apparently supposed to be coming out with the consoles in 2027.
Oh, okay. That clears it up a little bit.
Yeah. So I was reading that. I was like, what are they talking about? But
So there's like a
yes.
Lenovo Legion Go with an Xbox.
Yeah. So like think of it as like, yeah, just like a Lenovo Legion Go or like
It's like
a Acer, what's it called? ROG Ally.
ROG Ally.
Yeah. But with like the Xbox branding to it.
So it's a handheld PC, a handheld gaming PC that's probably easier
Yeah, I
to
don't know
use
if it's
Game
gonna be
Pass on.
I would assume it's gonna be PC because I don't think they'll have the
It'll be like a
software
PC game.
developed, right?
It'll be like a PC Game Pass.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. Well, interesting stuff. Any thoughts on that?
I don't know. I think it'll be interesting, but a 2-year life cycle for something that's gonna be more than like $1,000 seems crazy to me.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I don't know if I would
Yeah,
buy
like
if
I
this
don't.
thing's
Yeah, I
coming
don't
out
know
this
if
year.
you'll think the same way, right? But like, why not wait the 2 years for a proprietary one in
Yeah,
case
wait for the
like
actual one. Yeah.
yeah,
Or
in
wait for
case
the
it's not
next Steam
something
Deck.
that will support like new titles and stuff like that, right?
Or wait for the next Steam Deck, and who knows, maybe Game Pass will work on it easily.
Yeah.
Xbox. Now, speaking of software for handhelds, we got some reveals from the FCC, Federal Communications Commission, via some filings about the Nintendo Switch 2's technical upgrades, faster Wi-Fi. I I feel like I have forced myself to report on these, but it's like it's news, but it's like, oh my god, more Nintendo Switch rumors, more Nintendo
Mhm.
Switch 2 leaks.
Yeah, we
Just show us
literally
something good.
we literally know everything about it.
Yeah,
Uh
it's just like, yeah,
down to like what's literally inside of it, which is crazy.
yeah. It's going to support Wi-Fi 6. They're saying the dock has a far more powerful AC adapter, uh, indicating that I'll have more power when docked. Obviously, we don't know if the report doesn't really tell us if it's going to play better docked than it will
It must be
otherwise.
if it's drawing more power though.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, talk about USB-C ports, confirming support for amiibo figures, playing original Switch games.
Do they still make amiibos?
They do every now and then. I still see them. Like I still see a new one being revealed every now and then. It's not that crazy, but
Oh yeah, they're still making them. I
yeah.
thought I saw like a thing where they weren't making amiibos anymore, but maybe not. Amiibos are being discontinued. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
again.
I don't know how well amiibos are selling, to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
I feel like they're just like they're kind of gimmicky. I don't know if you feel like the same way. I've literally
Yeah.
never bought an amiibo to
I've never bought one
use
before.
before.
I've never bought one before. But you know what I have bought, and I am one of the few who have bought the fastest selling Capcom game ever. The few, I say. Monster Hunter Wilds. It is literally blowing up. We talked about this last episode. 1.3 million concurrent players on Steam, fifth highest game of all time for concurrent players. It is now officially the fastest selling Capcom game ever. And the producer for the Monster Hunter series is now being put in charge of all of Capcom's development divisions. And during the release weekend, Steam hit 40 million peak users, which is a historic record for Steam for concurrent players. Obviously, we can only assume that it's being pushed by this additional amount of people playing Monster Hunter Wilds.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. That game is insane. It's blowing up, man.
Sorry, I'm just gonna sidetrack back to amiibos. I'm just looking at like their collection, and it seems like I had to do a deep dive.
I moved on. This guy's looking at amiibos.
I'm looking at amiibos. Okay,
he's like, yeah, sure. Monster Hunter Wild sold. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the producer's in charge of all Capcom.
I'm doing the Lord's work. Okay.
Steam concurrent players.
So it seems so the last 2 years they've only released 9 or 10 per.
That's a lot.
You think that's a lot? Like I think like they could be able to push out way more if they wanted. Like I'm looking at
no one's buying
years.
These things, bro. No one's buying these things. You got to make them somewhat. You can't make them a dime a dozen, release like 30 of them
I just feel like they're not pushing it. Like it's a dying item.
Dude, what do they even do? Who cares, bro? They're dumb. If they release any more, nobody's gonna buy them. They have to release a certain amount, make it look special. What do they do? What do they actually do?
I think they give you like little bonuses in games and stuff. You know what they need to make? And then you'll buy one for sure. A Tifa amiibo.
Yeah, that's not how. It's not even on Final Fantasy. It's Final Fantasy isn't even on Switch. Why would they make it?
Hey, Switch 2 is coming. Okay, it could play Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Sure, dude. Freaking PS5 Pro can't even play that game. Yeah.
Yo, man, I don't know what you're talking about. The Switch 2 is gonna be more powerful than the PS5 Pro.
How about I get out of this amiibo story that you want to hold up on to? I shouldn't even mention.
I'm holding you hostage.
I'm literally talking about like Nintendo Switch 2 specs, and you're like, "Yo, amiibos, that's the one you hone in on." The amiibos still work on it, but how about this? How about we ask these Japanese players who are overwhelmingly favoring domestic game series instead of foreign series? Ask them if they're buying amiibos. Because a recent survey asked Japanese players what their favorite video games are, their favorite games that they played last year, and the top 20 featured no Western entries. So maybe these are the people buying amiibos. Let's ask them. And if they're not buying amiibos, nobody's buying them, bro. So 9 is a lot. The list includes Final Fantasy. It doesn't say what game, just says general. Legend of Zelda. Doesn't say what game, just in general. Can only assume Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Super Mario. Dragon Quest, Pokemon, Splatoon, Elden Ring, Like a Dragon, which is Yakuza, Momotaro Denet. I don't even know what this game series is. Tsu. I don't even know what that is. Animal Crossing, Persona, Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, Street Fighter, Unicorn Overlord, Armored Core, Powerful Pro Baseball, which is probably the PES version of baseball, the one that's made by Konami. Shiren the Wanderer, Nier, Genshin Impact. Holy smokes, bro. These guys do not F with anything that's American.
Yeah. Okay, circling back to the amiibo. Best-selling amiibos in Japan were Captain Falcon, Pit, Little Matt. I'm just kidding. I just had to look it up just to fuck with you.
He's going to drop it. Oh my god.
But yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about these Japanese games though. Like, what do you think is like really causing these Japanese players to really just want to play like these domestic games and not like anything else? Like
the same reason why I don't want to play most Japanese game series. Just the culture thing, I think. Like some of these Japanese series, I look at them like, dude, who wants to play Unicorn Overlord? I'm sure it's a good game, but I'm just like, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you look at these, a lot of these are like RPGs for the most part, and they're like actually, long RPGs, right?
It's weird because like a lot of people play games in the West. They are weebs, and they do want to be Japanese, so they do gravitate to Japanese titles, right? And they do gravitate to like anime stuff, and they watch a lot of anime. and they read a lot of manga, and they want to play all these games like Persona and all these turn-based RPGs and stuff like that, right? So a lot of people
Hmm.
gravitate to that. But then, like, I also feel like, don't Japanese people gravitate to American culture to some extent?
I think they gravitate to like the super emphasized versions of it, like
Hollywood,
the
like,
super big, yeah, Hollywood, or like the super ridiculous. Like I think there's like a big Donald Trump following there, just because like he's kind of like a funny guy. Like Elvis Presley, obviously too, and
yeah,
like Michael Jackson back in the day. So I think it's like more so like the bigger like characters that they kind of remember almost. They kind
yeah,
of
it's
like the
weird to
super
me.
emphasized stuff, right? So like some
Yeah,
of these games like probably don't speak to them the same way.
there's no PlayStation games. PlayStation is a Japanese company, or Sony's a Japanese company, remember? But I feel like
Hmm.
recently they moved all their operations to America just because that's where they make their most money for their games. That's where, like, most of their development studios are in the US too. Most of Sony's development studios, right? I mean, they
Hmm.
only have Team Asobi in Japan now. They closed down Team Japan, right? It's kind of weird. I'd like the Switch. The Switch is king in Japan, right? The Switch is king, so maybe people don't even have access to play things like Call of Duty or whatever. I feel like in Korea, if you did this in Korea, it would be another way around. In Korea, it'd be just all these PC like competitive
Do you think
games.
it's gonna be PC competitive games, or do you think it'd be more like MOBA games and stuff?
Mobile games and PC competitive games. I think in Korea, that's how it'd be, and probably China.
Mm,
Just Japan is just weird. I don't know. Like
yeah,
Xbox obviously has nothing going on in Japan, and then even Sony doesn't have as much as they used to.
yeah. Like you would think that like Helldivers 2 might have been like semi interesting for them.
I'm just surprised none of the big titles are interesting. Like
Yeah,
even Astrobot is not on here, right?
yeah.
Which was like game of the year last year.
Hmm.
Moving on from Japan to France, we had the Nacon or Nacon, I don't know how to pronounce this company's name. Connect 2025. So for those who don't know, Nacon or Nacon is like a smaller kind of scale publisher of video game titles based out of France. They also make a lot of hardware stuff. Like they had their kind of, they called it a Connect, just like, I don't know. All these companies have different names for their showcases. They showed off some of their like hardware. They have this new racing wheel coming out, and they have like controllers, custom controllers, and all that jazz. But they showed off some of the games that they are publishing, and we got to look at Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss reveal trailer, and we got to look at the multiplayer Cthulhu game, The Mound: Omen of Cthulhu, which is like a four-person survival horror game. Stinks: Blades of Creed, and Sport, which is a racing game. Most notably, we got a sequel to RoboCop Rogue City, this time being called RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business. That was a game I heard a lot of good things about in 2023. I never got a chance to hop into it, but for those who were excited about that game, for sure. Edge of Memories, The Occultist, The Fading of Nicole Wilson, and they capped it off by, well, there was also the Dragonkin: The Banished early access launch trailer, Test Drive update, uh, Ravenwatch Romeo and Juliet update. But the one that really, I think, got me interested was a game that we have seen before. We saw it at the last PlayStation showcase, and the one before that, it has a release date in September. It is Hell Is Us. This is the open world action adventure horror like um, RPG game. Looks really good. This is called the investigation gameplay demo. The game is kind of saying the developers of the game are saying that this is an open world in which you really are thrown to your own kind of uh what's the word I'm trying to find. I'm not wording this properly, but there's no quest markers. There's nothing pointing you in the right direction. There's nothing telling you what to do. There's no hand holding. You're in this world. You have to figure out what's going on. In this demo, this investigation demo, it kind of showed like he knows he needs to get to this town to look for his parents. but he doesn't know what happened. I don't know. He's got, the typical amnesia kind of thing, the story trope. Anyway, so he goes and then he talks to some girl there and then he talks to someone else and you're trying to put the clues together to figure out where you're supposed to go in the game. I thought that looked really cool. I've already seen a little bit of the combat of this game. It looks really cool. I'm super interested in this game. I'm sure you've seen this, Durwin, this game before.
Yeah. I saw the gameplay. I don't know if I'm sold on this.
I'm not
per se.
100% sold, but
Yeah.
It's
I don't
coming
know.
out
There's
September
just
4th.
something about it that doesn't interest me. So
It's coming out September 4th. Let's see how it pans out because they're promising a lot, but it does look interesting to me.
Mhm.
And depending on what's coming out around then, well, I think 5 days before that, Metal Gear Solid Delta comes out. So probably going to be playing that. But if it does get good reviews, for sure, I'll hop into that. Some of the other games, not really that interesting to me. So if it's something that you want to look into, take a look and watch the video. It's about 30 minutes long. We finally got a release date for the Tony Hawk. I say finally because we only found out about this like 2 weeks ago, and every week was like rumors. But the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake, the release date is, I believe, July 13th or something like that. We got a first look at it. It's come there. We saw it's on all platforms. It's coming to Game Pass day one, obviously because Activision Blizzard's is now owned by Microsoft. It is not being worked on by the original developer that did Tony Hawk's
the 1
1
and 2
and 2
remake,
because that dev kind of got pulled away from making games and ended up becoming like a support studio for Call of Duty. I can't remember the names. It was like Vicarious Visions or something. Because there were rumors previously that this game was being worked on like years ago, and then news came out that it was canceled. So now it's actually being done again, being worked on again. Yeah. So there's a regular edition, there's a digital deluxe edition, and there's a collector's edition, which comes like with a skateboard or something. I don't know. So if you're really into that, pick that up. I'm looking forward for this game. There are a few changes, I think, to the original title. The skateboarder that was part of the Jackass crew. What's his name? I forgot his name. Apparently, they took him out of the game for whatever reason. And there's like a career mode in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, which they've kind of substituted out for these time trials. So depending on about how you feel about that as well. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, what was the date again on this one?
was it that July 13th or no?
July 11th. Yeah. Are you going to hop into this, man? You going to do some skateboarding, dude? I love
Man.
sports games.
I ain't an angsty team. I guess angsty 30-year-olds now. Mohammed, the skater boy.
Yeah. He was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. He was not good enough for her. Now it's your turn to take it away, Derwin, because we got some reviews for the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070, which came out at a staggered release after the 5080 and 90, and the AMD Radeon RX 9070. And tell us about NVIDIA's claim about the 5070 being as good as the 4090.
Dude, man, it's just as good as a 5090. That performance, man, it's the same. No, clearly it's not. We'll start with the RTX 5070 first. Reviews came out. It's basically not really worth upgrading to. Look at the high end, like the 5080 and the 5090, if you actually really want the raw performance. The 5070 doesn't look like it's much of an upgrade from the previous generation, the 4070 Super, at all. And then you take a look at the RX 9070 and 9070 XT. So those are the AMD cards that just released. Out of those two cards, don't even bother looking at the 9070. Throw it away. Wait for crazy slash discount sales, because for literally $50 more, you should be buying the RX 9070 XT if you can get a hold of it. And that's out of all three of these cards. The performance is much better than the 5070 or the RTX 5070. And realistically, the pricing is a sweet spot.
Yeah. Yeah, that pricing, man, compared to the Nvidia cards.
Yeah. There is a huge controversy for launch for the 9070 XT.
Which
I
is
think what it is just the production of these cards. AMD just is hesitant to have as much stock as they said that they should. So they claimed that it was going to be widely available. It came out. The 9070 you can still buy, but that's simply because it's not a really good value. But the 9070 XT for the MSRP of 549 USD, there's only like two or three cards that actually came out at that price. And then the rest are really depending on the board partners, right? A lot of them are jacked up in price because they've put in like better coolers and better stuff, and people are complaining. But apparently AMD is going to fix that. So we'll have to wait and see. I was telling you at the beginning of this show, I am actually very, very interested in this card because you can't buy any of the 5080s, 5090s right now. They're impossible to find. And if you can find them, they're like literally $4,000 or $3,000. So I have my graphics card posted on sale. And if I actually end up selling it, then I will probably pick up a 9070 XT. So that's how good it is in terms of value in my eyes.
That's pretty sick, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's it's interesting, especially for the price point. I'm not really a PC gamer. I'm not a PC gamer at all. But yeah, that price point was a shocker compared to the Nvidia graphics cards.
I think the cheapest board or the cheapest card you can buy from a retailer is $869. And that's compared to like what I think the 1570 is like close to $1,000.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
think
just
it
double
is.
check.
That's unfortunate.
This is
Especially
Canadian,
Nvidia was
sorry.
hyping it up, saying that this thing's a 4090 performance.
Yeah.
That kind of doesn't leave a good taste in your mouth.
Yeah, so it looks like it's $980 for this MSI version one. $180. And the kicker is, the issue is with the 5070 is that it only comes with 12 gigabytes of VRAM, and with 4K gaming, bare minimum you should be buying is 16 gigs.
Yeah.
So longevity is not great with the
It's not great
5070. Yeah.
So I thought this was interesting. The same person on IGN reviewed the 5070, the 5070 Ti, the 9070, Radeon 9070, and the Radeon 9070 XT.
XT.
And as you're suggesting, the Radeon 9070 XT, they gave it a 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
They gave the Radeon 9070 an 8. And they did not give good reviews for the
The 5070.
My computer's slowing down for some reason here. Yeah, the 5070 Ti they gave. Oh, actually, they gave a 9 to the 5070 Ti, but the 5070 they gave a 6.
Mm-hmm. It's not a good value.
No.
Yeah, I think the 9070 XT compares in terms of spec very similar to a 5070 Ti.
Yeah,
it's cheaper, substantially cheaper for like I think like a 3% performance difference or something like that. I was reading. So
it seems like seems like if you want to upgrade your graphics card and you want to buy one of these new ones, it's the RTX 9070 XT seems like it's the way to go, unless you want to divvy up the money for a 4080 4090 or 5080 5090.
Or if ray tracing is like, you get off to ray tracing. You need those rays traced real good.
Yeah, then you want that DLSS 3.
Yeah.
Or 4.
Well, yeah, and just in general, like DLSS 3, and like if you want like NVIDIA's superior ray tracing, then that would be the way to go.
Well, for this next title, I wonder if you really want that ray tracing, because the next big Marvel game is apparently coming this Christmas, which I don't believe. This is the Marvel game coming from Amy Hennig's Skydance Games. Amy Hennig is a famous video game developer who I believe she originally worked on the Uncharted series. And she's gone off, made a new studio. I'm not wrong. I think she wrote the Uncharted series, didn't she? Yeah, she used to work for Naughty Dog. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Legacy of Kain, Jack and Daxter, Uncharted. So big name there. And yeah, she's the producer and writer of Marvel's 1943 Rise of Hydra. This game, we've only seen one thing of it. It was an Unreal Engine showcase at GDC back in March. It features Captain America and Black Panther. I don't know. I did not think this game was this soon, but word on the street is 2025 this year. We haven't seen anything else from it.
I mean, I'm interested in this game.
Yeah, for sure.
But I can't wait to see more. This one looks so cool.
Yeah, this one looks insane. Yeah, I almost thought it wasn't coming out because I'm like, this looks too good, it's too ambitious. But if you can't wait, you could fill in the time with some more Marvel stuff, and you could buy the Spider-Man X times Magic trading card set, because just after they put up pre-orders for the Final Fantasy set, they revealed this Spider-Man set, which, not gonna lie, looks pretty insane, but looks pretty pricey.
Yeah, I want to see the card designs. Like, I think you were excited about the Final Fantasy ones, but then you saw some of the card designs, and it was like, you know,
yeah. I saw the card designs. I'm like, hey, who cares? But yeah, I want to see what the card designs are for this. I mean, 209 Canadian or American dollars for this booster box, and
we should try and
collector booster box. Steep.
Yeah, we should try and buy one pack of each, and we open. Like, I'll open the Spider-Man one, you open the Final Fantasy one, and we can see which one has the cooler cards.
Oh no, I'm not spending that money, man. I'm done.
No, not like the whole box, but just like one pack. Starts with one pack, and then we start a podcast about opening cards,
and then we start a podcast about gambling. We're gonna be the first gambling podcast.
Perfect.
How to make money at the casino. How to make money at a slot machine.
How to play poker.
I wonder after we do these videos about gambling, I wonder if we are also going to be awarded an award from the Japanese government for pioneering gambling design tutorials. Because Sakurai just got honored by the Japanese government for pioneering game design tutorials for his whole little stint that he did late last year, where he was posting all these videos about game design, and he had like pre-recorded all of them during COVID, and he was like drip feeding them to everyone like slowly, and everybody thought this was like coming out live. He's like, "Yo, bro, I did that years ago." And they're like, "This guy doesn't age." He's like, "Yo, I did that years ago, and I'm actually working on a game." So, do you think we're gonna win the podcasting award for?
Yeah, man. Don't worry. Once I get to the video titled "How to Borrow Money from a Loan Shark," we've made it.
Do you think Activision should be winning AI awards for doing sneak peeks of Guitar Hero, Call of Duty, and Crash Bandicoot games just to test the water to see how interested people are?
Dude, if this is the reason why they're getting rid of like their like visual design marketing team or visual design team, I'd be super mad.
They're literally gauging the waters to see how interested people are. And they're like, there's a Call of Duty Zombie Defenders, a top-down tactical mobile defense game. There's like this Crash Bandicoot Brawl, which fast-paced survival game with 30 contestants compete against each other, which we already had a Crash game like that, didn't we? They're just gauging the waters with these AI prompts.
Yeah,
there's this Guitar Hero mobile. It's crazy,
dude. You know what? Do you know what I think that happened at Activision? So like, Meta put out their. I don't know if you've played around with Instagram lately, but Meta put out their like Imagine like backsplash that you can put in on messages.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah,
so so I feel like these people have just gotten like permission or the go ahead to like just kind of play around with the AI stuff, and they're just like putting in whatever crazy garbage they can think of. Like, oh, what if Guitar Hero had zombies and the zombies are now like playing musical notes, or like just like a kid given like these like basically a coloring book generator and just generating the craziest stuff.
How is
And it's just like,
Microsoft
oh
letting this?
yeah.
How is Microsoft letting this happen? Well, I mean, Satya Nadella was all on board on the AI push.
Yeah. Just insane. Like, I do have to shout out something to Winston. He got
Not
engaged.
Winston.
Yeah, and then he was complaining about how like it was like super windy and it seemed like there was like a flood warning. So I did make use of the AI generator to generate
Mhm.
Winston here. Look at Winston. What a handsome Filipino man he is.
Oh my god. Oh
So I told him to build an ark because it's gonna flood there.
my god.
So this is my version of using
Right.
AI
To suggest safety measures.
ideas and
It's crazy, man.
thumbnails.
It's crazy. Ooh,
It's great stuff. Great stuff.
I'm out of power. So give me a second. This one won't last for the whole podcast. It's so annoying. Where were we? Yeah, AI.
We are on domination mode.
To be honest with you, I'm kind of like, how many video game awards are there? I know there's the Golden Joystick. I know there's the Game Awards. I know there's the Dice Awards. But we're already in March, and there's the 2025 BAFTA Game Award nominations, which, yeah, I guess they just nominate games for 2024 now. But
Dude, when are they actually holding these awards then? If it's literally March.
April 8th.
Jeez.
That's like 4 months, man. Anyway, you could take a look at the full list, but the highlight over here is Hellblade 2 actually is the most nominated game for 2024 with 11 nominations, followed by Astrobot and Still Wakes the Deep with 8. And Still Wakes the Deep, I don't even think got nominated for Indie Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Thank Goodness You're Here, which I love, got 7, followed by Black Myth with 6 and Helldivers with 5. So really different crowd here who's voting on this, but Animal Well, Balatro, Call of Duty, Lego Horizon got 4, and Metaphor and Rebirth only got 2 nominations. So very different crowd on whoever's voting at the BAFTA Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they won't be voting on anytime soon? Is Respawn's canceled, unannounced first-person shooter multiplayer game. I feel like Respawn has had like 3 or 4 games canceled recently. Weren't they working on a Mandalorian game as well? They got canceled. Yeah, it's all part of EA structuring, but we don't really know anything about this game. I don't know. It's not a Titanfall, is it?
I mean, I don't care for more of these first-person shooter games. I'm so done with them. Really?
Yeah, I feel like Titanfall. I'd be down for Titanfall to come back, but I mean, they're like full. This game, There's an Untitled Star Wars first-person shooter game, which is the Mandalorian game, which we heard was rumored, but this is something else that also got canceled. So I don't know. I mean, their most recent game was 2023 Star Wars Jedi Survivor. They have an Untitled Star Wars strategy game in the works. Another Untitled game by Steve Fukuda, and Star Wars Jedi Survival sequel.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Survivor sequel. I actually really love the Star Wars.
Yeah, you do.
Jedi like series.
Yeah, I still haven't played those, man.
Oh, dude, you're missing out. Like,
no time, man. Too many things to play. And that thing came out in 2023, man. I was so busy. There's so many games coming out. 2023 was wild, and this year feels the same way. Can't keep up.
Yeah. I think I played that last year.
Yeah,
I didn't even get to play it until last year.
Yeah. Are you excited for the Resident Evil movie reboot?
No, man. No. You were planning on asking this out, and I was just like, no, I got to complain about this garbage.
Actually, the interesting thing is the Barbarian director is on the helm, and if you've watched Barbarian, it's a good horror movie. That was from 2022. I love that movie. Have you watched it?
No, I haven't. But like, I'm just so done with, like, I don't know if it's just the director or the story writers or if it's Sony themselves that just love to like shoot themselves in the foot with these movies.
Is there literally any good Resident Evil movie? Remember that show on Netflix that was so horrendous?
Dude, that was so bad. I actually like
so bad. Yeah,
I forced myself to watch like the whole thing, and I was like,
dude.
"Why was this made,
I
man?"
watched like 2 episodes and I'm like, get the hell out of here. I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, so for the people that don't watch movies or anything like that, there's been so many attempted, well, I don't say so many, it's probably just as many times as like Spider-Man has been rebooted. But yeah, like the original Resident Evil series was all over the place, and then they decided to reboot it with uh Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, which is based on Resident Evil 2. And then they decided to do that Resident Evil adaptation TV series, and none of them stuck. It's crazy that the first attempt was actually the best attempt. Out of after watching all of them, like that's crazy to speak.
Do you remember that like cartoonish one that came out recently? Escape from Something
Cartoonish one.
Island?
I don't.
I watched it on a plane, I remember.
You watched it on a plane? Yeah, they've done a few Resident Evil animated movies too, and honestly, those are better than these live action adaptations.
I think it was it Welcome to Raccoon City? No.
No, Welcome to Raccoon City is a live action one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god, it was so bad. The only things I really like watching them for is the improved CGI of like Nemesis and the crawlers.
Yeah. Death Island, that's what it's called. It's like
Yeah.
literally cartoon. It's like animated in the style of the most recent Resident Evil games,
Hmm.
like Jill Valentine, Leon,
Yeah.
Claire.
Yeah, I just like they can't keep doing this. Like Sony needs to like leave it up to like a faithful director that loves Resident Evil to make a movie and to make a storyline that just works.
Yeah, they're good games. Play the games. Maybe
Yeah.
avoid the movies.
Yeah. Like even oh my god, even the Uncharted movie was easier to watch than Welcome to Raccoon
Listen,
City.
I have a bad admission I gotta make.
You've never watched it.
I'm gonna get grilled for this. I kind of liked the Uncharted movie.
Did you?
I did. I kind of liked it.
Honestly, I didn't mind it either.
I was so hyped for it. I played Uncharted 1 to 3 and 4 again
Did you?
before the movie. Yeah.
Did you? Okay,
Because it
you
came
are
out.
probably more excited than me about it. I did watch it twice. I I have no issue with the story itself. I hate the casting. Is all I have to say.
I didn't mind it. It wasn't true to the game as much, but
Dude, you had Mark Wahlberg as Sully. They chose the weirdest guy to be Sully.
Sully's a pretty weird guy. I don't know what I just maybe Tom Holland as Nathan Drake wasn't the best. But I liked it. Dude, I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. I think it came out in January or something.
Yeah, it was a
Was it?
weird release date.
I had movie vouchers for it or something because I bought like the Uncharted collection that they released the
Okay, yeah.
remastered before. So this is what happened. I played 1 through 3. This was like December, January. I played 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then cuz that the Legacy of Thieves collection edition was coming out. I bought I had like a hard copy of 4. So then I did the upgrade to get like fit for $15. And then so I played 4 on the enhanced PS5 version with Lost Legacy right after. By the way, I love Lost Legacy. Lost Legacy is like one of my favorite Uncharted games. I really really enjoyed Lost Legacy.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then it comes with like movie ticket vouchers. So then I went and watched a movie with my wife. I like that. I didn't mind it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
is
was
a
like,
good like family movie. It's like got all the adventure and like kind of like the comedic aspects to it. That's for
yeah,
sure.
everybody rips on it, but I'm like, yo, I like
Yeah.
that. I don't care.
Like it's not a perfect movie, but like I don't know, it's still better than these Resident Evil movies.
For sure, dude. Those
Yeah.
horrendous.
Minus maybe the first one. The first like original OG Resident Evil.
Which one was
Like,
that one?
dude, there's one scene that like lives rent free in my mind for any like zombie movie.
Yeah.
And it's when they enter like the offices, and like there's this one scene where it's kind of like flooded, and then all you see is like the hand come out for the first time, and you're like, oh shit, the zombies are here. That and the lasers killing people were kind of cool. I don't know if you've ever
That
watched
was
it.
2002, that movie, right?
Yeah, it's old.
It's
Old, old,
crazy
old,
how
old.
I've really never watched any of these, but you've not played the games and you've
It's
watched all of
crazy.
these?
I've watched the first like original entries, like the one with Mila, whatever her name is, like
Yeah.
multiple times. I've watched every single one at least like 3 times.
Crazy. Yeah, that's weird. And you haven't played the games.
I've played some of the games.
Which ones?
Um I've played there was like this Umbrella Corp one. I can't remember
Oh, choose. You're playing
that
like
one.
spin-offs. That's a spin-off,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that was a spin-off game. I've played a bit of Resident Evil 4 like multiple times. Like literally the first few chapters a few times, and then I
That's
never
the
got back
goat.
into it.
Yeah, that's the
I've
goat.
tried
Resident Evil 4.
playing Resident Evil 2,
Oh,
the
dude,
original
remake.
as well as remake.
Dude, the remake is one of my top 10 games on the PS4.
Yeah. And then I've played, I think the first one, like
The
the OG
OG.
first one. Yeah,
The
yeah.
GameCube
Like for a little
version where
bit.
they made it 3D, or OG like PS1 OG?
OG like PS1 style. Yeah.
Yeah, great series, man. Have you played Control though?
I hate Control.
Oh yeah, we already had this conversation.
I legit hate Control.
Are you going to give it a chance now that they are introducing a Hideo Kojima mission for Control Ultimate Edition on all platforms?
Dude, no.
I need to play
There's
this game. I
one
haven't played
way.
Control.
There's one way you get me to play Control. That's if they do a Stellar Blade DLC on PC.
Play with Tifa DLC.
Oh,
Control.
dude, we got to go back Resident Evil for a second.
Oh my god,
What
dude.
I sent you last week, was that the most amazing thing you've ever seen in
Oh
your life?
yes, this guy sends me a mod of Claire Redfield as Aerith as Claire Redfield in Resident Evil 2 remake, and Sephiroth as Nemesis, or not Nemesis, sorry, as Mr. X,
Yeah,
Tiger,
Mr.
in
X.
Resident Evil 2 remake, and he's following around the mansion.
Yeah,
Insane, bro. Not the mansion, sorry, the police station. Yeah, that was
dude,
wild, dude.
insane.
That was so cool. That was an
I
amazing.
saw that and I was like, I gotta send this to Mo
Yeah,
immediately.
that was funny. That was good. Yeah, that was good.
That was
Oh my
probably
god.
like top 10 uses of a mod.
Yeah, because otherwise, every other mod I've seen of Claire or Jill in these Resident Evil remakes is like,
Dude, I love Sephiroth's face. Doesn't even move. He's just like this. It's so badly modded in. Like he's still got the body of Mr. X,
yeah,
but then just like the head of
they should put
Sephiroth.
the Mr. X hat on him. Yeah, yeah, that was amazing. But then Aerith as Claire Redfield actually works. It's so cool
Yeah, like the outfit works perfectly.
because it's like literally she wears like the red coat, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing,
that was
amazing. Sorry,
amazing.
sorry.
Control.
Continue
Well,
trying to sell me this stupid.
the chick in Control also wears a red
Oh my
shirt,
god,
a red jacket, doesn't she?
she
I'm pretty
does.
sure she
I
does.
think her jacket is like a red leather jacket as well.
Or it's like it might be no, I don't think it's red. I think the theme in the background is red, and that's why.
Is it?
Dude, I heard only good things about Control. I've never had a chance to hop into it, but it came out the same year as Resident Evil 2 remake.
Dude, I hated like almost
Minute.
every aspect to it.
Really? I like
Yeah.
the one that they made before, the one Remedy made before Quantum Break, the one where there was like film in it, like it was literally a movie game. That I really like that game. From like 2016, I think it was. This Battlefield playtest that you couldn't get into, or maybe you did and you didn't tell us, and maybe it's you who's leaking the footage. Because I don't know what EA thought, but of course, whoever was going to sign the NDA wasn't going to give a damn, and they were going to release this,
Yeah, yeah.
leak this pre-alpha footage. There was one dude literally streaming it on Twitch. Like, didn't care.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
Yeah, like I don't get it. Like, is this the same playtest from like back that Black, like Battlefield Labs? It
Yeah,
must
this is the
be.
Battlefield Lives playtest, yeah.
Like, come on, you made this like an open beta basically, and you expect people not to leak it? This
Yeah.
is weird.
Yeah. So there's like I'm watching several clips of gameplay. Looks really good, bro. I'm excited for this game.
Yeah,
This might be a day one cop, but then you never know how EA's been with Battlefield.
yeah, it's like a bunch of patches and
Yeah.
well, we'll see. I mean, it'll be exciting to see when it comes out.
You know what else is exciting? In 2 days, we are finally going to get some news. A Silent Hill transmission for Silent Hill F, which is a game that was first announced back in 2022 when Konami did their whole Silent Hill event for like saying we're rebooting the series, and they showed off 4 games, including the Silent Hill 2 remake that just came out, Silent Hill F, which is the one that takes place in Japan. There's Silent Hill Townfall, which still no word from. And there was that weird Silent Hill game that you like play online and people are the ones who decide what happens. That was weird. That didn't work. Yeah. So they're going to give us an update about this March 13 in 2 days. So stick tuned to that. Japanese
Yeah,
Silent Hill.
I'm waiting for your update from Silent
On
Hill.
so, oh my god, man.
I'm gonna keep ripping on you for that.
Dude, I still keep looking at this game and I'm like, bro, I need to play this game. I need to
Yeah,
play this game. I got so excited
dude,
for it, but I was like reviewing so many other things at the same time, and I'm like, yo, when am I gonna play this?
dude. Actually, I'm gonna lie. That was a lie. That's my second most like weighted thing for you. The first one is I really want you to play Dragon Age.
Oh,
I'm still waiting. Like,
I did promise I'd play it, but it's a little bit tight right now. I think it's pretty hard to pull me away from Split Fiction or
yeah, yeah,
Monster
yeah.
Hunter to play
Dude, I
Dragon Age.
really want you to play it just to see if you actually think it's kind of the same thoughts as I did in terms of like, gameplay's not too bad, but like dialogue and just like,
I don't think I'll get as far as you did. I think I'm gonna drop it right away. That's it for news stories for this week. Do we want to hop in the playlist? We're already a minute 30, hour 37. I could go quickly without talking too much. But
why
I've
don't
been
you
playing.
choose one? You choose one.
I could talk about both of them. I have nothing to say. I've been
All
playing.
right.
So we talked last episode about Monster Hunter Wilds blowing up. I was on the fence. I was like, do I want to play? Then I talked to a few friends and I got one to kind of commit and one to commit. Well, the other one actually is the one who pushed me over the edge. So we bought it and we've played for a total of 2 sessions. We played on Wednesday when we bought the game and on Thursday, the day after that. Friday, I didn't play because I was playing my other game, Split Fiction. No, sorry. We played Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, I played Split Fiction. Split Fiction the day it came out. Friday, what did I do Friday? I went and watched the movie. I went and watched Mickey 17 in theaters. Great movie. I'll talk about that in a bit. Saturday. You can't remember what I did Saturday, but I had no time for gaming. Last night, played a little bit more Split Fiction with my wife. So between those 2 games, played a startup session with the 2 guys. Shout out to Mosey and Hamzi that we hopped into Monster Hunter Wilds. The first session was not a good session, unfortunately. We had a tough time getting multiplayer to work. The one buddy of mine ended up refunding the game on Steam. It was
Jeez.
absolutely horrendous.
But
I
we
was
knew about that, like the Steam
I
issues or
didn't. I
PC
thought
issues.
everybody was saying was streamlined. It was BS. So I said, no way, man. I'm going to commit to this game. I'm going to figure out how to get this to work. I literally had to read a guide to understand the multiplayer. It's so stupid. It's so absurd. It's ridiculous. There's no reason this should exist. There's no reason there needs to be a multiplayer guide. So anyway, I read the guide the next day. Then I told my other buddy, let's hop on. And we got it to functionally work. And we had a little bit of fun. We did a couple story missions. And we did a couple side missions. I don't want to review the game because I really haven't played enough. It is Monster Hunter Wilds. It is a regular Monster Hunter game. I don't know enough to tell the difference. I never played Worlds enough to know, because that one turned me off right away. I got off right away. But I do want to talk about this multiplayer situation. To get co-op to work with a buddy, you need to first create something called a squad lobby. Because there's lobbies in Monster Hunter. If you go into a regular lobby in the hub world, you will see like 100 different players walking around in the hub place where you get upgrade your weapons and stuff like that. So you could get into specific lobbies. You could just go open lobby, or you could say hop into lobbies based on your skill level. And then there's private lobbies. You make your own private lobby, or you hop into a private lobby. And then there's squad lobbies, which is a permanent private lobby. You invite a group of friends to a squad. That squad creates a private lobby that you always hop into that private lobby. Then that way you see your friends in the world. The first day we played, we didn't even know that existed. So we couldn't see each other in our worlds. So we had no idea how to whatever. That doesn't mean you get to play with each other. All being in a lobby does is when a buddy posts a mission, you could see that somebody posted a mission and you could join it. Or when somebody joins a mission, you could see that they're in a mission and you could attempt to join it. That's all that does. Then you need to make something called a team link. A team link can work whether you guys are in the same lobby or not in the same lobby, or whether you guys are in an open public lobby or you're in a private lobby. A team link basically sends out a notification anytime one of you hops into a new mission for everyone to automatically join. Because without a team link, otherwise you have to send an invitation, or if you're at the boss, you have to send an SOS signal for someone to join and help you. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So by the time we figured out squad lobby, team link, we have to add each other as friends on Monster Hunter, even though I'm already their friends on PlayStation or whatever. One of them was playing on PC. One of them was on PlayStation. It was ridiculous. It was stupid. Basically, we got it to work in the best way possible. You guys all hop, or then if you want to roam the world and not do missions with a buddy, you don't do team link. You do something called environment link, where you could roam the open world with buddy, but you cannot hop into buddy's mission. But with team link, you hop into buddy's mission, but you can roam the open world with him. It's ridiculous. It's stupid beyond compare. Basically, the best thing you could do is squad lobby it, do team link, play side missions and world events together. Story missions are hectic. If any one of you is ahead of the other one, you cannot play the story mission of the one ahead of you and help him in that. Only the person who's ahead can help the person that's behind. So you're playing the same mission twice. The good thing is, if you guys both play the same mission together for the first time, it counts on both accounts. It's not like you have to play that mission twice, which we were afraid was the case after the first session. Second session clarified that no, that's not the issue. Not an issue. But if anyone gets ahead, then you guys are screwed. You're forced to play with each other.
So you have to wait for your friend, basically. You have to wait for your friend. Ahead.
Yeah. Now, that being said, when you play a story mission, during the cutscenes and the talking and the walking to the objective, you're not in each other's mission. You're doing it by yourself. What happens is when you get to the boss, whoever gets there first gets notified that the other person got to the boss. So you could basically skip the rest of your mission and hop into the boss with the other guy. It's stupid. Especially the campaign is ridiculous. It's stupid. You might as well just play by yourself, to be honest with you. And then start playing the end game. So all I wanted to talk about was the multiplayer. The rest of the game, I want to play a little bit more to see.
Yeah.
Split Fiction.
Gameplay is okay, though? Like, in terms of combat?
Gameplay is okay. On PlayStation, I'm not noticing any visual or fidelity or performance problems.
And is combat good, bad, same?
It's good. It's a little bit easy, I feel like. So I don't know. And I've heard word on the street that it is an easy game. But like, these dummies are like big sponges and you keep hitting them and you can dodge all their attacks and it doesn't feel very challenging. Yeah, so we'll see.
I'm glad I didn't pick this up. Based on like what you've told me, I'm just like, dude, I don't have time to figure this out.
I do. Yeah, I am forcing the little bit. If this was a free to play game, or if I got this for free, or if I got this on PS Plus, after the first session, I would not be playing this anymore. I'd be done.
Yeah.
I'd be over it. But I'm giving it a little bit of a try. We had a fun mission where we fought this spider-looking thing.
Gotcha.
That's Monster Hunter Wilds. the other game I've been playing, and I've been playing this co-op with my wife, Split Fiction, which came out last Thursday. This is the co-op only game from Hazelight Studios, which is Joseph Ferris's studio, famous for creating unique co-op games, specifically meant to be played co-op. It Takes Two, 2021 Game of the Year winner, A Way Out, and Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. I have played It Takes Two with my wife, and I have played Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons Remastered, which added a co-op mode with my wife as well. I haven't played Brothers, or I haven't played Way Out. So we hopped into this. It is about two authors, a fantasy author and a sci-fi author, who go to this place to get a publishing deal. It turns out it's some evil scientific experiment where they're putting them in these cells and they're just extracting their stories from them to kind of, steal their IP. What happens is the one sci-fi writer gets into a fight with them, ends up in the same kind of enclosure that the fantasy author is in, and they're plummeted into each other's worlds. And you're basically doing this thing where it's almost like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, where you're hopping between worlds, and you're doing this thing where you're sometimes in a sci-fi story and sometimes in a fantasy story, and it's from the author's creation. I haven't played this game enough, of course. I played about a couple of hours, but it's Joseph Ferris, it's Hazelight Studios. I'm sure I'm gonna love this game. I'm sure it's gonna be great. You were gonna hop in as well. Did you get a copy, and have you played?
No, I have not yet. I have been way too busy. But it is on the list, and it's just a matter of time for when I start it.
Yeah, it's exciting. You're gonna enjoy it. Have you been playing anything else?
I've actually played more Avowed.
I was gonna bring that up. You've been playing more Avowed?
Yeah, I've actually been enjoying it. Like
That's crazy.
I spent more time on it. I'm actually about to enter the second part of the world now. Yeah,
Nice.
I just have to travel there. I've been doing the side quests, so I actually have the first area pretty cleared.
It's cool. So this game really stuck with you. Didn't really? I was kind of
I actually kind of like it. Like that the dialogue I don't kind of care for. I'm interested in an overarching story. I don't care about like these smaller like character details, and there is a lot. Again, I still haven't figured out if your stats actually really change some of the like stuff that happens. Like I've noticed that if you like pick certain answers, you can kind of avoid a fight. But like I don't really care. Sometimes I just like press A, and then whether or not it leads me to a fight, like sure, I'll just kill them. But yeah, there's not that many enemy types still so far. Like I've basically traveled the whole first area of the map, and like there's like there's the spiders, there's the bears, there's the xanthers or whatever, xanthrips, and then there's like humans that are like humans / skeletons. Yeah, there's like not too much stuff, but like the world is kind of interesting. Like I like kind of running around solving a little bit of the easy puzzles and kind of find stuff.
What are you playing as a main for weapons?
I'm still keeping with the sword and board, and then switching with the wand. Yeah,
that's the
I have it upgraded to like the next level up now, and also the armor. So we'll see. I mean, I'm sticking. I'm liking it. I'm sticking with it. I'll probably play a little bit more, but I think I really need to jump into Death Stranding and experience it before the second one comes out.
We still got some time.
It's not if it's a long game.
True too. It is a long game. Let's say how long.
Yeah, like how long is the actual main story? And obviously, I'm gonna add like an extra 10 hours or 20 hours to it for like side content, right? Like
Death Stranding
like
director's cut is 38 hours long just for the story, 59 and a half hours for main and extra, 112 hours for a completionist run.
I'm not doing completionist run. I think I'm doing a bare minimum, like just the story and like maybe a little bit of side stuff, and it's still going to be like 40 something hours, 50 hours. Let's be real here.
I'm glad you're liking Avowed.
Yeah, I actually, oh man, compared to like Kingdom Come and like what was the other game I played recently?
I
Uh,
just don't think you gave Kingdom Come a chance, dude. Kingdom Come seems
dude,
so
I
good.
I tried a second time. I'm not interested.
Fair enough. Fair.
Yeah, like the first run and then the second run. I literally knew what to do too, and I was like, I freaking hate this.
Can I talk about the movie I watched on the weekend?
Yeah, do it.
So this is Mickey 17, directed by Bong Joon-ho, the famous
Shit.
Korean director who is the director on a lot of good stuff. Parasite, Snowpiercer, just to name a few.
The
This is
original Snowpiercer on like the one with Chris Evans, or
the one from 2013.
I think that's the
Yeah,
one
Chris
with
Evans.
Chris Evans, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was the director for that one.
yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, I don't know if you've watched the Netflix. Was that on Netflix or
No,
HBO? Like it got jumped around a little bit, but they remade Snowpiercer into a TV series.
no, I didn't watch the TV series. No.
Oh, dude, that one's pretty good too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is based on a science fiction novel called Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton, which apparently only came out in 2022. So it's interesting that this film didn't take long after the book came out for it to come out. But it's called Mickey 17. It's basically about it's sci-fi. There's people going to space, right? There's this space exploration being funded by some U.S. politician, and this guy Mickey, who's played by one of my favorite actors, Robert Pattinson, and he is basically signs up to be an expendable, which is a person who gets his genetic information and memories stored on some hard drive and basically can die and get 3D printed with this printer that uses organic waste material to reprint him. And then he gets all his memory and stuff downloaded back into him. And then he's back up again. And they use him basically as a human test subject to do certain things on this journey to this other planet. Um, and then yeah, so I don't want to spoil too much, but so he's on Mickey number 17. That's why they call it
Yeah.
17, right? Uh, really good, really comedic, really funny. I loved it. Good movie. About
Oh
2 hours
man.
long.
I
Yeah,
like saw the movie posters for it and I like wasn't sold. I didn't watch a trailer or anything. I was purely basing a book by its cover, and I was like, "Yeah, this looks weird."
I didn't
I'll
watch
probably just
anything
wait
too.
until it comes to like a streaming service, and then maybe
I
I'll
didn't.
watch it. But
I didn't watch anything too. I just saw Robert Pattinson and I saw the director's name, and I'm like, oh, I'm in. Done.
yeah, once you said the director's name, I was like, "Oh, I'm actually in." You know what I watched?
What do you watch?
I watched it last week, but it was Gundam Quacks. I don't even know how to like properly say it. It's like Gundam Quacks or something. G Quacks or something. Let me put it in the chat for you to take a look at. Where's our chat?
Gundam Jacooks.
Yeah, it's G Quacks.
It's wild. Is this an anime?
Yeah, so this is like a prequel slash like an epilogue before this new Gundam series comes out for all those Gundam fans out there. This is basically an alternate timeline where Char from the Universal Century actually ends up in the RX-78, which is like the OG Gundam, instead of his like regular Zaku that he's in, and it just like spins off into a like entire different timeline. It's not regarding Char, but it's like years later, and basically it's like this new chick that is the protagonist. It's kind of cool. The animation is like very fun and colorful.
I thought it was like I thought you were trolling, bro. Gundam Jacooks.
Yeah, no, seriously, that's what it's called and pronounced. But I'm excited for it. I actually really liked it, and I'm probably going to watch the TV series.
Sick. Anything else for the listeners?
No, we are at an hour and 54, so it's still not 2 hours.
Nope. Let's get off. Let's get off now so we don't ruin it. All right, man. I think maybe we'll play a little bit of Monster Hunter or something. Maybe I should go
Yeah.
to sleep. We'll see.
Like and subscribe, everybody.
Ooh, of course. I forgot. If you love what you're listening, follow us on Instagram, which I have officially over the weekend took over the Instagram for my wife. So I'm going to be posting on it now. And while she reads Draco and Hermione fan fiction novels, I'm done with that. Now I'm going to be bro, she's on a bender. She's read like 30
Dude,
Draco
she's been
and
on a
Hermione
bender for
fan-
like friggin'
2 months
3 weeks now. Is it 2 months?
Yeah. I don't know,
Jeez.
bro. It's insane. She's reading 900-page fan fiction books about Draco and Hermione falling in love with each other and like alternative freaking Harry Potter endings. It's insane. So yeah, I took over the Instagram. Follow us on the Slow Run Cast. I'm gonna start posting about the episodes. What else do we got? We got follow us on Spotify, ring the bell on Spotify, listen on Spotify, and then YouTube, which seems to be where everyone is listening as well, on the Slow Run Cast. Ring the bell, get the notification for when the episode drops. Same with Apple Podcasts. Those 3 platforms. Get us into your ear holes where you want them, how you want it, whenever you want it. And thanks for following us. And Slow Cast Run out.